Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to those who are joining me here today. Today's topic is really about 5 mistakes government contractors make that keeps them stuck. So, hello, Will. I see you here bright and early. Hello. Go ahead and drop where you're joining me from as you're coming in. Yeah, so let me know where you're coming in from and where you're watching from. What's up? So today's free training is going to be about the 5 mistakes that government contractors make that keeps them stuck. If you're just joining me now, maybe this is your first time with me here. I'm Kawana D. I am your government contract strategist, and I help women and minority small business owners grow successful businesses with government contracts, so they can have consistent, sustainable income, right? Without having to chase customers, and without having to lower their prices, and for all those reasons that we're in business. So, as you're coming in, I see Kamisha. Kamisha, hello, welcome. Got your cage code. Awesome. Congratulations on that. Welcome in from, I think it says Miami. Hi, Isaac. Hello. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right, so today I'm not gonna keep you long. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Barbara from Georgia. Hello. Yeah, so I just want to kind of help some of you just get unstuck, right? So really it's just all about um growing your business and getting stuff done. That's really what it's all about. And so if you've ever felt stuck in any kind of way where, and I know that government contract is a huge concept, so sometimes one thing can throw you off, and if you've been attempting to do this for several years, that means you're stuck. If you've been attempting to do it more than 12 months and you haven't gotten anywhere, you're stuck. So today I want to help you get unstuck. Adrian. Hey, Adrian. We need help get started. Yep. So today, we're definitely going to help you with an offer to help you get unstuck and help you get started with government contracts. So hi, Kinesia. Hello, welcome in. So in this training today, you're going to learn the 5 mistakes that most small business owners, well, not necessarily business owners, but government contractors, which in turn they are business owners, that they make. Or even if you're a small business, not quite yet a government contractor, but these are some of the things that they've made, some of the mistakes that they make that keep them stuck at step one, right? And if you stay to the end, I'm definitely going to offer a simple solution where I can help you get unstuck so you can start landing government contracts faster. If that sounds like a deal, let me know. Drop me a number one in the chat. If you want to learn how to get government contracts faster, let me know. Drop a one in the chat. Hi, Lou from North Carolina. I know you're going to have a class tomorrow. Will you hold another class? Yeah. So tomorrow we're having a workshop, which I'll let you know more about. It's called GovCon JumpStart. I'll let you know a little bit more about it towards the end of today's session. But again, I'm not going to keep you here long. I just want to talk about how to get unstuck with when it comes to government contracting by avoiding these 5 mistakes that most government contractors make. Um, Number one, there's I want to well, not number one, but to start, before I get started, I want to let you know that of course you're familiar that there's trillions of dollars. I see those ones coming in, trillions of dollars, that's on the table for you. And I know you want to get your piece of the pie, right? I've been able to help several small business owners across the United States generate millions of dollars in government contracts just with a simple strategy, right? Just getting it done, helping them get unstuck, helping them get through and move through all the bureaucracy that comes along with getting started with government contracts. And so it wasn't always that way. I've also been able to land multiple government contracts for myself. But again, it wasn't always that way. I've been able to grow a small business successfully, but it wasn't always that way. I used to be stuck at some point just a few years ago, a few short years ago. In fact, I was stuck on trying to figure out government contracting. I was stuck for several reasons, right? And in today's session, I'm going to help you get unstuck by sharing some of the things that I've learned about government contracts. So, but before I get started, let me go ahead and I need to grab something really quick. So I'm going to put you guys on hold just for All right. So yeah, sorry about that. Had to grab my little one. He just woke up from his nap. So hello, say hello, fellow future government contractor. Say hello, hello, hello. Yeah, so this is Sir Carter. He is my business partner, my executive baby boss man. When he calls, I gotta go. Right. So anyway, I see those ones coming in. Kamisha has a one. Adrian, Brand, Barbara. I see those number ones that come in. But I'm gonna go ahead and get right to it, though. I'm gonna start sharing with you guys 5 things that government contractors, the mistakes that they make that keeps them stuck, so that you can. Thank you, Barbara. So that you can actually be aware of them, figure out how you're going to get unstuck, right? But these 5 things, some of you have, it's going to resonate with you, because maybe this is something that you're struggling with or have encountered. So number one is, the number one thing that helps small, or that makes small business owners get stuck, is they get rejected in SAM. So if you've ever been rejected in SAM, or maybe you're rejected now, or probably you don't even know anything about SAM, but let me know in the chat if that's you. Type a number, drop a number one if you've been stuck in SAM, rejected by SAM, and that one hurdle has just kind of made you throw in a towel, or scratch your head, or just linger and procrastinate about doing this and doing it now. So let me know in the chat by dropping a one. So because there's some things about, SAM, which is the System for Award Management. So you have to actually be registered in that system in order to get federal government contracts. So today is really the focus around becoming a federal government contractor. So I see you, Bryn. So cute, all that hair. Thank you. So I see you, Bryn. And so yeah, so today's lesson is really is just focused about federal government contracting, because there's a lot of money that's being left on the table, and I just want to spend some time focused on this. Plus, tomorrow's workshop is really going to be focused, highly hyper focused around becoming a federal government contractor. This is the easiest contract, the easiest contracting opportunity is to become federal. You can come that you can become that like tomorrow, right? Within a few days, really. Let me see. Barbara says I was stuck, but not now. It took me 3 months. See, and so yeah, it took you 3 months. Like, thank you for sharing that, Barbara. What could have really just taken you like 3 to 5 days? It took you 3 months, because what happens is there's some things, there's some red flags about that happen and that come up when it comes to getting registered in the System for Award Management. And so you have to understand how to input your information correctly. Your information has to match. Everything has to match across board, right? Otherwise, you're going to get stuck. There's also some other things like your address, and whether it's virtual or a PO box, all those things. Those are all reasons why SAM, some of the reasons why you can get rejected in SAM. So, so a lot of small business owners make the mistake of, trying to do that, attempt that on their own, or trying to attempt that without knowledge or whatever, and then they get rejected, and then they get stuck. Okay, so that's a mistake. Getting stuck is a mistake, right? The numbers 2 mistake that small business owners make, right, once you get past SAM, that keeps them stuck, is they start looking through, the federal contracting database, which is like beta.sam. They'll start looking through that, and not fully understand the strategy of what they're looking for. Maybe they don't fully understand that there's a system, right, to getting bids, or to bidding. There's a system to looking for opportunities in beta SAM, and there's a whole bunch of information that you're missing if you're stuck here. Like, so sometimes if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a strategy, if you don't have any knowledge of what you're doing, here's what happens. You go to beta.sam.gov, and you'll see absolutely no opportunities, or all the opportunities that you see will say expired, or it's from years ago, or they're closed, or maybe there's one that's open and it has nothing to do. Yeah, he hungry. Or it has absolutely nothing to do with what you're offering, right? And so guess what? You see that, you get discouraged, and you're stuck, right? You just stop moving because there's appears to be nothing there. If that's happened to you, if you ever looked through beta.sam, and you saw that everything there is old, or maybe there's nothing that's popping up in your your category or your next or whatever, and you feel discouraged, let me know in the chat if you've been there. So Gloria, yes, he's growing really fast. Notary business, there are opportunities for that type. Yep, there's definitely opportunities for notary. It seems like every week we have someone that comes on and asks that same question about notary. But yeah, every week. So yeah, there's a lot of notary small business owners. There's a lot of money that's being left on the table because they don't know that they can do business with the government. But absolutely. You have to update the screen you're watching for current proposals. Yeah, that too, maybe not. Nah, not necessarily. So there's another strategy, but I haven't gotten that far yet. Okay, Kamisha hasn't gotten that far. Okay, so but a lot of people get stuck, and so they get also discouraged because they're like, oh, okay, well, I signed up, I got through the monster, which is Sam. I got through that, but there's nothing there. There is, but it's just that you don't have the strategy or the knowledge or the tools to understand how to uncover what you don't see. But there's definitely some things there. The third mistake that small business owners make that keeps them stuck is okay, when it comes to marketing yourself, first of all, you have to have something to sell to the government, right? Then you have to know how to sell it to the government. So I would say you're stuck at your capabilities. You don't really understand what your capabilities are. So there's strategies and and systematic ways to market yourself to the government that unlocks what's called multiple streams of income, multiple opportunities. And so sometimes we go into this, just with our own knowledge of or lack of knowledge, with no assistance, no guidance, no expertise, advice, or anything like that. So we're thinking inside the box, right? What I like to do with my clients is I kind of help them think outside the box so that you're identifying additional ways to serve the government, right? Yeah, you may sell spoons, right? Your custom spoons with maybe your logo on it, but guess what? You can sell those same spoons to the government, but maybe without your logo, or maybe they want plastic, or maybe they want mud-based spoons. I don't know. Maybe they want something that dissolves, that's like earth friendly or whatever, right? So it's really just how do you market yourself to the government. And so understanding your capabilities or lack thereof, not really understanding, knowing how to market your capabilities to the government could keep you stuck. But also, in addition to that, some people get stuck at not really. Yeah, you're right. He's hungry, but I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him taken care of in just a moment, y'all. He like, Mama, quit playing. Quit playing. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna grab his blanket. All right, sorry about that. So he's sitting around here, he's sitting up here laughing at me now, smiling. Okay, so sorry about that, you guys. But I did want to say capabilities. Understanding how to market your capabilities to the government is going to be very, very key. You have to know exactly what it is that you offer, but also there's some complementary things that falls within your scope of work that you can add to the table. For instance, and here's a perfect example. So just to say you're in janitorial, right? You do janitorial cleaning, and then you get registered in SAM, and now you're trying to find opportunities on beta.sam, and you don't see anything that says janitorial cleaning. Well, guess what? Maybe there's something that says carpet cleaning. Maybe it says carpet cleaning, right? Maybe it says that, or maybe it says maybe there's carpentry, or maybe it says power washing, or window washing, or disinfecting or something like that. So you have to understand the joys of motherhood. Yeah. You have to understand how to market yourself to the government without thinking inside the box, without thinking linear and being stuck. You have to actually be creative and think outside the box. What other ways can you serve the government? And also maybe when you're looking in beta.sam and you're looking under janitorial cleaning because you have a janitorial services, maybe that's not what you should be looking for. Who else utilizes janitorial services? Well, construction, building management, building maintenance managers. So maybe you should be looking under those categories as well, right? So understanding how to market yourself and understanding what your capabilities are and what to look for through sale, all of that stuff is connected. So when you think strategically outside the box, it'll help you kind of get unstuck, right? So that you're always looking for opportunities and you're never discouraged because you don't see what you think you should see there, right? So that's number 3. The number 4 is, and this is a huge one, most small business owners get stuck. This is a huge mistake because they jump into trying to get government contracts and they don't have their paperwork together, right? That is the most, your business documents, having your business in order before you even step up to this. This is a big player. We're talking about the federal government. Even if it's the state or the local city government, these are huge officials, right? You have to have a legitimate business. You have to have your business documents together, right? And so a huge mistake is showing up unprepared, not having your foundation together, not having the proper tax documents or the proper records or the operations agreements, and not having these things when you need to have them. Maybe not even having your business insurance, your general liability, because if you get a contract and it requires that, they're going to ask you for that. So sometimes Barbara says, got them in order finally. But sometimes you don't even know, like, what am I supposed to have besides a business license, right? Sometimes some people don't really don't know what is an operating agreement, what is a minutes book, or what is the stock certificate. Some people don't know, based on what type of business that they have, what type of documents you should have along with that business. And people just generally, honestly, some people don't know, right? And so this is why it's important to ask questions, get a coach, take some training, and do your homework before you show up, right? Nobody wants to just show up to a test that you've never studied for. You have to study to show yourself approved, right? That's biblical. You have to study exactly what you need to have before you show up to apply for something. It's the same as applying for like a grant or something. There's certain documentation that you have to have. There's certain records that you have to have. There's certain information that you have to have about your business. And you want to have that before you do the application, because it makes the applications more streamlined. It helps it to be faster. It helps you to complete it faster or whatever, so you can get to the grant, right? So it's the same thing when it comes to government contracts. You are bringing and representing your business. You have to have your business in order and have all your documents in one place, to where if they ask you for it, you can submit it. If they ask you for, how much have you made over the past 3 to 5 years on average, you have those numbers readily available, because that is one of the things that you have to provide when it comes to getting started for government contracts. Oh, so Kamisha says, I didn't know all that. Yeah. So there are some documents that you have to have. You have to know your numbers. You have to know a lot of stuff, right? Because they'll ask you, and you can't just put NA, right? Because it is applicable because you have a business. So business documentations is very applicable. And the number 5, the fifth thing that mistake that small business owners make when it comes to government contracts, that kind of keeps them stuck, is trying to do it all on their own, right? Can you do it on your own if you've never done this before? You don't have a strategy, and you're just completely confused. Yeah, you can eventually find out how to do it if you keep trying. But how many of you have eventually type of time to keep trying to do something, right? I remember when I first started my business, before I got unstuck, I used to attempt to do things, right? Before I knew about government contracts, I used to attempt to try to get customers on a regular basis, and it just was not working. So guess what? I ended up spending more time attempting to do something in my business than I did making money. So at the end of the day, when I would come home after working for 10 hours, chasing customers, which means I'm not getting paid, those 10 hours a day, which turns into 50 hours a week, which turns into zero in the bank, my spouse was looking at me like, well, what are you doing with your time all day? You ain't making no money, right? So that's the same thing that happens when it comes to trying to attempt to do government contracting, or to break into the government contracting sector without having some type of guide, some education, some knowledge, whether you do your research on your own, it can take you hours and hours and days and months and years of trying to figure it out. And guess what? All those hours and days and months of years of trying to figure it out cost you money, because you could be making money if you just take a class or get a coach or get a training or do some research or whatever and learn today before you attempt to do it. So if that makes sense, let me know. So if that makes sense, does it make sense? Yes or yes? Yeah, so you definitely don't want to try to continue to do it on your own if you've already tried to do this for more than 6 months and you haven't figured it out yet. You haven't gotten any results. And so those are some of the mistakes that keep you stuck, right? Getting rejected and saying I'm being discouraged, like looking through beta SAM without a strategy and not really knowing what to look for, not really understanding how to market your capabilities or what your capabilities are, or how to think outside the box so that you can capture opportunities where you can actually market that to the government, right? Not really having your business foundation in order so that you can have your documents on demand when they ask you, well, what is your average revenues over the last 5 years, and you can say, oh, okay, let me look at my tax documents and see what have I made, right? What have I reported? Or let me look at my my accounting system and see what is my revenues and what's going out, and what is my profit and loss been. All those things you need to know as a business owner. If you don't know it, then it's time to get started to having those things in order today, like today, for real. You got to have it. And then also trying to do everything on your own. You get overwhelmed. I used to try to do everything on my own for various reasons. It was a mindset thing. The number one reason why I used to do everything on my own is because I never wanted to spend money to take a class. I never wanted to spend money to invest in myself. I wanted to keep every little penny that I had, not knowing that keeping every penny that I had was going to keep me broke with those pennies. So it wasn't until I started getting rid of those little pennies that I started getting the dollars, right? I had to get rid of the little pennies that I had in order to see the dollars come in. Then I had to get rid of the dollars that I had to see the $10 come in. And then I had to get rid of the $10 to see the hundreds of thousands. And it goes on. That's just the way the universe works. You can't get anything with a closed hand. And so trying to do everything on your own, whatever that your reason, that was my reason, whatever your reason may be, can keep you overwhelmed and stuck and keep you away from the money that's on the table. So if you were with me, he looking right in my face. If you were with me last week, yeah, so on here last week, Gloria, I don't know if she's here today, but Gloria was here, and she shared, like, she started with me a few months ago. She shared how she just landed her first $250,000 contract. So just imagine, had she got stuck at SAM registration, that never and gave up because she got rejected, or gave up because it's too hard, or they're asking too many questions, or she didn't understand, that would have never happened. Had she not known how to properly look through contracting opportunities, look through the systems, the database, and know what to look for and how to think outside the box, then she wouldn't have never gotten to that, right? Has she gotten stuck with understanding what her capabilities are and thinking outside the box, right? And knowing how to properly market herself to the government, she would have never landed that, right? But also, if she didn't have her business in order, her documents, she wouldn't even never have landed that contract. And then she didn't do it on her own, right? So had she tried to attempt to do it on her own, maybe it would have took a few, a couple more years before she landed that. Not saying you can't do it if you try to do it on your own. It just takes you longer, right? It's just you have to get through a whole lot of information. There's a lot of trial and error. And why do that when there's someone who can show you how to get there faster, what to avoid and what not to do, and what to do and what to bring to the table, right? So these are all the things that keeps you stuck, that actually keeps you leaving money on the table, and that prevents you from being profitable, highly profitable, right? To generating additional multiple six figures today, right? These are all the things that can keep you stuck. These are all the things that actually we're going to help people with, and we can help you with, and I can help you with in your business, right? As a coach, right? As a trainer. These are all the things that I help people do. So Sophie says, 100% set good foundations. Yes. Yeah, so these are all the things. So tomorrow, and tomorrow, which is Saturday, October 23rd, we are actually going to be helping people get unstuck, to get through all of these barriers. So the workshop that I'm going to be doing is a one-day workshop called GovCon Jumpstart. You can learn more about it at govconjumpstart.com, where we're going to help people get unstuck in SAM, right? So in one day, we're going to walk you through the whole entire application process. We're going to do it together, right? So demonstrating. So you're not just going to be sitting watching me teach this stuff. We're going to be jumping on our computers or whatever, laptops or iPads, and we're going to actually do complete the SAM registration together. So I'm going to walk you through what to do, what not to do, how to answer these things so that you're not rejected, and so that we can actually get through the application together, right? So you can become a federal government contractor in that one day, and I'm going to help you do that. Not only that, I'm going to help you pull together a marketing plan and a marketing strategy so that you understand how to market your capabilities to the government. I'm going to help you think about how to think outside the box so that you're not just linear. When you go to Beta Sam and you want to look for opportunities, you know how to look for opportunities and not just look linear, like, oh, this is what I do and I should see that name, right? So we're going to show you exactly how to show up on Beta Sam and the secrets, right? The secrets that allows you to get contracts before they even show up, or the contracts that are not showing up in Beta Sam. So we're going to show you like some of those strategies, some of those secrets of how to do it. And we're going to do this all together, right? But even more so, we're going to do a complete business audit so we can actually show you exactly what documentations you need to have, not just for federal contracting, but just local, state, and federal contract. This is the complete checklist. We're going to do a business audit, and I'm actually going to give you that checklist. So I'm going to give you the full game plan tomorrow for those of you who register at govconjumpstart.com. So literally there's about 5 seats remaining, right? So it's going to be a full class tomorrow. We have limited availability for seats only because I'm going to personally help every single person that shows up to that workshop. And I'm only just one person. So if you haven't secured your seat, you definitely want to go ahead and secure your seat at govconjumpstart.com. And if Stacia, if you're here, if you can drop that in the chat so I can pull it up to the screen, that would be helpful. But govconjumpstart.com, be sure to get registered because I'm going to personally help you become a federal government contractor in just one day and give you the complete blueprint, right? This is going to help you get there faster. It's going to help you get unstuck with all the things that we share today that keeps people stuck. I'm going to help you get unstuck. I'm going to give you everything that you need. And I'm going to show you exactly the strategies behind doing government contracting as a federal government contractor so that you know what to look for, how to market yourself, who to reach out to, how to get through your registration, and basically how to market your capabilities and other things that you can do to start landing contracts. Like, and this is something that you can like actually get the results within 30, 60, 90 days if you follow the steps and strategies that I'm going to teach tomorrow. And this is just a quick way to get you started. Of course, there's going to be other things that that we're not going to be able to cover in that one workshop. But this is like the jumpstart, the fast way, the fast track to getting the money, because I believe like getting money in business as a business owner, getting those revenues started so that you're in a position to then sit back and start learning all the other pieces that connect to that so that you're optimizing on the local, state, and federal level. This is the first part. This is the first key. So this is the reason why we're doing this workshop. We're probably only going to do this the one time. This is our first time doing it. And it's the only time I've ever seen this offered. Becoming a federal government contractor in one day. We're going to do that together. All right. So Patricia says, do you have a program for folks all set up in SAM? Just unclear on winning contracts and strategy around that. So this is going to be for you. Even if you're already in SAM, whether you're stuck in SAM or have never gotten started. The key is if you've never landed a contract, then these are the missing pieces when it comes to federal contracting. This is what we're going to show inside. We're going to teach you and help you with inside the workshop, the one-day workshop. And this is the This is the first time that we've offered it at such a low rate, right? So be sure to go to govconjumpstart.com. The registration is $9.97, and we do have some split payment options there. So be sure to go to govconjumpstart.com. So I'll go ahead and put it on the screen. I don't think my assistant is here today. Jumpstart.com. Okay. So go to govconjumpstart.com. So let me just be clear. This is for you, even if you already have your SAM registration. If you've never landed a contract, if you go into beta SAM and are confused and don't know what to do, then this workshop is still going to be for you. Okay. So be sure to go ahead and get registered. And then we'll take it from there. So Patricia, this is Patrice, I'm sorry. So Patrice, this is definitely going to be the workshop for you, because we're going to help you learn exactly what you need to learn to get your first contract. And you can do that by the end of this year if you follow the strategies and the secrets that I'm going to teach in this workshop. Okay. So my goal, we're at the last quarter. We have about 2.5 months left in the year. There's billions of dollars that's on the table, trillions of dollars. In fact, this is the beginning. This month marks the beginning of the new fiscal year where they have trillions of dollars available. I'm going to show you how to jumpstart your business to where you get some money by the end of this quarter, and then you have a full, complete blueprint and strategy to having a highly successful business year for the next year, the next upcoming year, right? You can start the year off with the leap because now you have the strategy. Now you know the system to doing federal contracting. And then you can actually add an additional multiple six figures to your business revenues in the new year. Okay. So we're going to grab some money that's on the table to this year, right? Within 30, 60, 90 days. And then you're going to start the year off at a head start. What is it? Lashara says, I'm ready to win my first contract. So let's definitely get signed up for the GovCon Jumpstart. And we're going to show you exactly how to win your first contract. Now, there's been some things that's, that's happened with the whole federal contracting strategy. Some nuances, there's been new websites, new this, new that. All of that stuff, I'm going to bring you up to date so you know exactly what's going on behind the scenes of federal contracting, so that you know exactly how to start landing contracts. And if you follow these strategies, you can also be that person that says, I won my first $250,000 contract, or multiple six-figure contract, or even if it's just a $50,000 contract. I'm going to show you exactly how to go after those dollars. Follow the steps, you'll get the results. Do the work, you'll get the results. And that is a guarantee. You do the work, you'll get the results. Most definitely. There's a lot of money on the table. There's a lot of money that's being left on the table on a regular basis. And I'm trying to show you and help you all to get some of that money that's on the table. Okay. So that is my spiel for today. All of the things that keep you unstuck, again, we're going to show you how that keep you stuck. Again, we're going to show you how to get unstuck in those areas. And that is teaching you how federal government contracting works and showing you exactly the strategy to landing your next contract or your first contract within 30, 60 to 90 days. Okay. Follow the steps. All right. Let me see if there's any questions. I don't see any questions out there. When you pay for the class, will you always have access to the replay? Yes, Kamisha. So good question. So once you register for the workshop for tomorrow, all the recordings you're going to keep. We have a lot of templates that you're going to have access to. So you're going to keep all the information, all the strategies, all the recordings and all that stuff. Okay. So go ahead and go to govconjumpstart.com. The workshop is going to be amazing. It's going to be powerful. I'm just saying it's going to be powerful. So from that workshop, I expect that the people that do the work will be landing contracts before the end of this year. That I know. No sound? Oh wait, I can you guys hear me? I think it may be your let me see. Yeah. So I think I have sound. Cause Sheena, I think maybe it's your device. How much is the class once again? So it's $997, so $997. And there are some payment arrangements options on the site. So I'm trying to bring up the site. Let's see. GovCon JumpStart. I'm going to bring up the page. So when you go here, let me share my screen. Give me 1 second to share my screen. Let me see. Share screen. This window right here. I think this is it. Yep. So when you go here to the website, govconjumpstart.com, you're going to see this site right here. Basically, if you fast track your way to success with government contracts, this is a one-day workshop. In this workshop, you're going to become a federally certified government contractor in just one day. Even if you're already in SAM, all the other strategies are still going to work for you because you're going to have a complete audit with your government contracts qualifications checklist that we provide. That's going to help you optimize not only on the federal level, but the state and local level as well, so that you can start landing those additional certifications. We're going to help you develop and optimize your business capabilities so that you know how to get on the radar of these government federal officials, but also so that you know how to maximize your opportunities to sell multiple different services to the government so that you can streamline and have multiple streams of income. Okay. And then we're going to do a live step-by-step walkthrough of SAM and all that stuff. So there's going to be a lot that you learn tomorrow in the workshop. So basically, you're going to get some of this money that's on the table. Okay? And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So the workshop itself is $997. It's $997, or you can choose to pay 2 payments of $548.50. So those are the payment options that we have for you. And yes, even though it's a one day, we do extend that payment over a month. So you'll have 30 days to pay the rest. So, and we're doing that because we definitely want to be able to help small business owners learn how to do government contracting, become a federal government contractor, and start getting some of the money that's left on the table. And we want to empower you. And the more that you're empowered, and if we can help impact your business, then guess what? We've done our job. That is our mission. And our mission is to help 1 million small business owners by the year of 2023 get started with government contracts and start landing some of the contracts that are out there. Because guess what? At the end of the year, when they have all this leftover money, then their budgets get cut. And we don't want them to have to cut their budgets because we're not showing up to help them spend that budget with us. So I know you want some of that money. Yes or yes, let me know in the chat. I know you want some of that money. So I'm going to show you exactly how to get some of that. Okay. So again, join me at govconjumpstart.com in the workshop tomorrow. I hope that this has been helpful for you in helping you understand some of the things that keeps you stuck. And if you're registered in SAM and you haven't landed a contract, that's because there's some knowledge that you need, and I'm going to give you that knowledge tomorrow. Okay, so be sure to join us in the workshop. All right, so cool, Patricia. Hope to see you tomorrow in tomorrow's workshop. Go ahead and get registered at govconjumpstart.com. All of the recordings you'll actually have access to afterwards as well. Let me see. Okay, so thank you, Dr. Tawana. Kamisha, cool. All right, I just saw that. So Kanisha, hopefully you got your sound to be able to work. All right, cool. All right, so that is it for today. I just wanted to share, the 5 mistakes that common mistakes that small business owners make that keep them stuck from getting this money. And hopefully in tomorrow's workshop, you're registered for that so that I can help you get unstuck so that you can start getting to the money faster. All right. So let me see. I'm going to email your team. I have a wedding tomorrow, but I have a bunch of questions. Okay, cool, Patrice. Definitely. So even if you register for the workshop, you'll get the recordings and you can still learn the information that we're going to learn. Anyway, what services do you offer? Let me know, Patrice. I'm just curious. What service do you offer that you're trying to sell to the government? Because we're definitely going to be able to show you and help you sell that to the government, but also on top of that, maximize other opportunities on things that you can sell to the government. So, all right, cool. So that is it for today. Hopefully this has been helpful. You guys have a great weekend. And for those who are registered for GovCon JumpStart, I'll see you tomorrow. We have a lot of giveaways, raffles that we're going to be giving away. We're going to be raffling off money, real money. We're going to be raffling off GovCon Success gear and swag. And also we're going to be raffling off some additional things that you can win. What time tomorrow for the workshop? Good question. So tomorrow's workshop is from 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's 1 p.m. Eastern. 11, 12, 1. Yeah. So 1 p.m. Eastern. So 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 1 p.m. Which is 1 p.m. Eastern. So 10 to 1. So it's about 3 hours. So you want to block off at least 3 to 4 hours because we're going to be hands-on with stuff. I can't really give you a definitive cutoff time, but we should be here at least at minimum 3 hours. Okay. So curriculum writing, professional development, leadership, disc assessment. Oh, okay. I like to be the middleman also for other services. Okay, cool. Yeah. So all those services, professional development, basically, you can all absolutely offer to the government. Leadership, especially disc assessment. They do a lot of that with different agency departments and stuff. So definitely, I hope to see you in the workshop. If not, I hope that you still enroll in the workshop so that you can actually get the recordings so you can start landing your contracts, right? All right, cool. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And for those who are going to be registered for tomorrow, get ready. That's all I'm saying. Get ready. You should have already received, for those who are already registered, you should have already received your checklist of what to bring so that we can use tomorrow's workshop to be highly effective. So you're going to walk away as a fully certified federal government contractor with a full marketing strategy and all the secrets that you need to unlock to start unlocking that bank account, the money to flow to your bank account. All right. Have a nice day, you guys.